Hello, welcome. Camera has decided it doesn't want to work at all today, so we're using this today. Well, welcome. Today is Art Day again. Good old Art Thursday. Yeah. I've had my little break on Tuesday, and come to the realization that I'm very much used streaming as a way to help me tell what day it is. Well, obviously I didn't stream on Tuesday, so I said I was taking a little break on Tuesday. And I completely forgot what day it was when it actually became Tuesday. I was like, oh, what day is it again? Whew. So, yeah, it was a little wacky, but we figured it out, so it's all good. It was pretty quick to figure it out, but it was still funny and kind of interesting. But yeah, so I had that little break. It was good. Don't quite remember what I did. I think I started drawing something, but then also didn't end up drawing it. I think I drew like a sketch of it, and that was it. Which I guess is better than nothing, so yeah. Oh, excuse me. It's not what we're going to be drawing today, though. That's a different project. Yeah, today we're going to be doing a different thing. Meme art of sorts, I suppose you could call it. Of some characters. One I've technically drawn recently, but not properly, so yeah, and then another character. I'm going to be drawing two characters today. Another one that I haven't drawn in a very long time, but they are fun to draw. So, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, my camera has decided, or my PC has decided it doesn't want to pick up my camera at all. Like, the moment I launched VTube Studio, it's like, oh, unknown USB device detected. And no matter how many times I unplugged it and replugged it back in, it just kept saying that, so yeah, we just gotta stick with this for today and hope that it fixes itself by tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, Saturday. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think, what else can I talk about, because I'm sure I'll have something else to talk about. Oh yeah, that is one thing. Because we're probably gonna finish Half-Life 2 Episode 2 on Saturday, that means we're going to need 2 new games to actually play for Tuesday and Thursday streams. So, I've actually written down what games I'm planning on playing. And for Tuesday streams, I'm thinking that we play BioShock, the first one. Purely because I never actually finished it. I've played it, I played all the way to the end, but never actually finished it because my game kept crashing every time I got to the very end. So I never actually saw the ending. So, but that was like years ago, back when I had like a laptop. So that's probably why it crashed. It excuse me. It literally did not have the power to render that ending for some reason. When did I last play? August 30th, 2015. Yeesh. Yeah, that's... Oh boy. Yeah. That'd do it. But yeah. So we're gonna be playing that for Tuesday streams, and then for Saturday streams, because we usually do long games on the weekends. We're gonna be playing Near Replicant because I have that now. I need an excuse to play it, and this is the best excuse I can think of. So yeah. Then I also got to think of what we're going to play next on Tuesday, because I don't think Bioshock's going to take too terribly long, which is why I've put it into the Tuesday slot. I have a few other games we could play, so yeah. And I have an idea of what we'll play after we finish Neo Replicant. Well, obviously we're going to go back to Neo Automata, so we can get that other ending that requires you to pretty much play Neo Replicant first. But after all that, I have an idea of what we'll play. It's going to be a very, very long game to play though, so that Saturday slot will be filled for quite a while. Especially since I only stream like for about 3 hours each stream day, which is like 12 hours a week, roughly. That's assuming that, like, you know, I stream on every day. This will be like a once a week thing, so it's gonna take even longer. And the game that I had in mind for that is Persona 4, because I got that for my birthday one year, but I haven't played it yet because Persona games are a commitment. When did I get it actually? Where is it? Couldn't have gotten too terribly long ago, right? Where is it? I can't find it. Oh, here it is. I don't know when I got it, but according to this, 2021, so that's probably when. That makes sense, so yeah. Because I've played Persona 5 Royal. My friend lent me his what's it called, PlayStation. Can't remember. I think it's the 4. And he lent me PlayStation 4 to play it on. And oh boy, was that an experience to play. So, and then they bought me Persona 4 Golden when it was on special, or on sale. So yeah, we'll play that after Neo Replicant. So that's gonna take a very, very long time to play. Excuse me, ooh, my throat's a little today. Yeah, that should be fun when we eventually get to it. Anyway, let me just get other art stuff set up, because I did say last week, before my art tablet decided that it didn't want to work properly, that we were going to finish off the other drawing by adding like shading and lighting to it. So that's what we're going to do first. Just because we were originally going to do that, so that's what we're going to do. Look at my mouse going click, 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 click. Oh, excuse me. Cool. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, things are not sitting well in my stomach again. I apologize. Let me make sure that my tablet's gonna work again. Okay, cool. It is working this time. Good. Let me also save the other thing so I can, what's we call it? Switch to it afterwards. Cool, getting background noise already. Lovely. Anyway, okay, let me get this stuff set up. here. I need to also turn that on and hide that because it's not working, it's not active. And poof, here we are. That's where we were last time. We're just going to add some shading and lighting to this. Not too much, but like enough to be interesting to look at. I might keep this thing in the top right in, just because it sort of shows some important information. Excuse me. I think my alarm that I usually have to wake me up on stream days hasn't been working. Like it didn't work on Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. Either that or I slept through it and it didn't work today, or I slept through it. Either way, I've had to sort of make sure that it's actually working again, so that's why I might be a little bit tired, because I accidentally slept beyond when I usually wake up. I haven't had as much time to wake up yet, but we should be okay. I'm going to use this as a warm-up. Let me get a drink of water real quick. Alright. Alright, let me just quickly do my regular arch stretches. Sort of stretch out the wrist and the fingers just so they can, you know, move a little bit more freely. Which is very much needed when drawing. Nothing worse than trying to draw a curved line and your hand just sort of stiffens up and doesn't curve the way you want it to. Right. Now I just gotta go put my music on as well and make sure that everything's all good. Everything's all set up properly. Make sure it's not too loud as well. There we go. Cool. Alright, so let's waste more time. So yeah, we did a little bit. We did manage to do a little bit of the shading, but the problem is that, like, it kind of, yeah. So I'm thinking we do is we said, like, give it some opacity, about 50% opacity specifically. If I can get that. There we go. And that's too light, because if I hide it, you can see that there's a little bit of red here that gets hidden by the shading. So I guess it isn't too big of a problem, but my brain doesn't like it, so we'll try redrawing it now that we can actually draw it properly. I covered it again, cool. Let me actually like start from here. It seems like I can't actually. Oh wait, there we go. I say I don't think I can actually do it without like covering it a bit. But no, I can, thankfully. Cool. It does cover a little tiny bit, but like it's barely anything, so it's fine. We just mainly need to not cover too much of the red and also have it cover most of this finger so it's easier to see. Excuse me. Throat's a little ugh. Okay, don't need to worry about that. Guess we could probably work on here. Add some shading to this. I just gotta remember exactly how I do the shading again. I think it's like this. No, it's not that one. It's the other one. Yes. that. Sort of adds a little bit of shading to there. A lot of my YouTube playlist already is now just a lot of music I've set up for D&D campaigns now. So I've been listening to it so much. Oh, excuse me. The lighting's coming this way, so I don't want it coming out too far. Would be like a little bit further like this. Yeah. Yeah, that does cover that a little bit. Best thing I can do in that spot, because we're also doing just like hard shading. We're not doing soft shading, like soft edge shading. Probably like, yeah, that might actually help. Just like, just a bit, just maybe not there, but like here it worked. Just to, you know, keep the red there. Yeah, what if I do this? And that kind of goes what I'm going for, but also I don't need to. Okay, I know there's this. I don't think this. Oh yes, it does. It does kind of need some shading, just a little bit, mainly around like here. The way that I do shading is I kind of just take a color and then make it slightly darker and apply it, and usually that does the trick. Usually. Sometimes it takes a little bit more than just that, but for the most part it's usually just take a color, make it darker, and there you go. Alright, now the one that's probably going to take the longest amount of time, the skin. Oh, both of them. Actually, hold on. I've done something wrong. Yeah, actually I could just remake the color. It's not that difficult. I need to get rid of that actually, because I need to actually make a separate layer for the shading. It's not too difficult to replicate what I did there, thankfully. There we go. Is this one I think it is? Yes, okay, I'll let it be then. Okay, now we can do this. Now we can do the skin shading with some added background noise for your convenience. Probably add the lighting after I've done a little shading, if there's any lighting to add. Which there might be, but we'll see how we go. That doesn't look like much, but it'll all add up in the end. Or at least it should. Probably actually make it a little bit darker, just a little bit. brush size, that's what I need. Bigger, so I can shade a bit more at once. This bit actually does shade in a little bit because it sort of comes in a bit. This bit is more of a flap, so there's a bit of shading under it. A little bit of shading here, I suppose, from the hand. I don't need to worry about the mouth, we can just assume that's just shaded by default. Well, I guess you can sort of see it here, so don't worry about that afterwards. Like, a little bit more there. There's not much to really add. Maybe you can add like some along here. Erase. Decrease the brush size of this by a lot. I do apologize for the background noise. It was not doing any of that earlier. Just add some shading on the fingers. I'm not the best when it comes to doing this kind of like touch-up stuff, so there probably won't be much of it, if any. I mean, there won't be any, but you know what I mean. Erase any excess, because I know there was some. We don't really need to add any there. Oh, we could probably add some on like here. It's like hidden underneath the bone. Technically, I could just shade all of this in with the same dark red color because it's, you know, out of the way, but oh well. There we go. And then like a little bit here, not too much. Maybe a little bit here as well. Trying to think, would I do that? Would it be more like curved? It's hard to tell. Like I said, I'm not the best when it comes to shading and lighting. So I'm kind of just guessing. A lot of my artwork is very flat colored, so you could probably add some here on this one, not the other side though. Detail, that stuff. I don't think this one needs any shading, but it could use lighting, so I'll get back to that afterwards. Take the mouth shading. That's that. Yeah, that should do. I guess sort of like go from up here. So just not too much, because obviously the mouth is like wide open. But we don't want it so little that like you can't even see anything. If I do it like this, how would this look? Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Sort of adds that bit of depth, I suppose. It's probably not the best, but it does what it needs to. Just shade all that in. I guess probably we could like do something like that. Yeah, that might be better. I'll need to redraw it, but just to curve it out a bit more. There we go. Make the curve a bit nice to look at. Right, the teeth and the claws. That is next on the shading agenda. This one shouldn't be too terribly difficult to do. So I might need a little bit more in terms of like what is actually like a little bit darker coloring for the shading because it's already really light. I suppose these would technically, I guess we'd do like that. It's not much, but it sort of gets the idea across. The claws don't really need any shading, really. Well, I suppose there is actually this bit here that we could probably shade in. We don't need to shade the entire bit there, just like a little bit. And then we grab the skin shading again. That's a good spot. Go back to the skin shading and turn the brush size down, that would help. There we go. Just a little bit, but it does the trick. And the eyes, I'll just leave the eyes as is, because they're special in the way that they work. Okay, now we add some skin lighting, and lighting to little details on their like brown stripes. I can actually type properly. That'd be great. I fumbled that at the end, goddammit. I'm fine. Now we do the same thing, just in the other direction. as much as we can, at least. Does that work? It does, but you can't really see it. And also, there's a tiny, tiny little bit here that we've missed, I can see. Oh, I think I missed all of those, actually. Hold on. Let me go through to make sure. Oh no, I didn't do it. I didn't do a second over on these ones. Oh no, that's not good. But good thing I noticed it now. Give me a moment while I just actually fix these. Also, assume this is the right layer. Yep, cool, it is. Yes, we're technically not doing what it is that we're doing on the stream title, but that's okay. So we'll get to that soon. This is just the warm-up. And I've made a big mistake in this artwork by not doing it properly. I'm pretty sure I did it on this side. Yeah, I did. I just never did it on the other side, though. So, whoops. Is that part of the thing as well? Yes, cool. I think I did those, but I just didn't do the rest of it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to change the coloration in this a bit more by turning down the saturation in this case by a noticeable amount. So I hope this is a noticeable amount. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. We need to change the brush size to be rather large this time. Yeah, let me actually flip this around so I can curve it a bit more better. Okay, let me try that again. That just to show that they do have rather shiny skin, because it's not, they don't have scales, it's just skin, like regular leathery like skin. Well, not really leathery, but like it's just skin, it's not scales. Like you might expect from this snake shaped creature. Which means we also got to do it on this side with this guy. Not on here. Just a bit along here. And then just a bit along here. Just to sort of keep it separate. Maybe if I turn the brush just a bit, probably add a little bit here. Just a little bit, nothing too crazy. We can also probably add some on the tail end here. Not too much, of course, but a noticeable amount. Go second over, just to make sure we get all the little nooks and crannies. Nope, hold on, let me change this so I can color it a bit better. Oh, like draw the line a bit better. There. And then add a new layer for the detail. This. Make this a bit lighter. Maybe a bit more. line it up with the other color. I need to swap this around just so I can curve it a bit more easily. Yes, their skin is very smooth. Which is very unsettling. I really think about it. I'm trying to think of an example of what I mean by it's smooth. And there's none to add to him, thankfully. Okay, and then yeah, fine, we'll add shading light into this one as well. We've got all the colours we need, so that's good, but like, yeah. I was thinking, oh, we could probably just leave him there, like a sort of a base reference for colouring without shading and lighting. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't think this good. Probably won't need too much shading. We'll do the skin stuff first. We should only really need to do like. First, we gotta change the brush size. Good lord. We can probably, just because of how he's stanced. Do something like this. Like that. Big tummy shading. To get rid of this just so we can see a bit better. There we go. Cool. And of course the bit in the eye as well. Now we do the lighting. Which will be a good chunk of his body, honestly, or at least the back section. From here, and like that. There. It's a bit hard to see, honestly. Not gonna lie. It'll be fine though. It'll be a lot easier to see once we get the other like the stripes give them their lighting as well, because it flows together with the regular skin lighting. Which I think we're up to now, yeah. That and add it. Just gonna make sure it's like added properly so it lines up with stuff. I'll just color these ones in manually. Cool. Anyway, see, it's a lot easier to see when it follows the entire thing. They are very shiny, very smooth. So it makes them very difficult to catch because they're little just out of your hands. They slip out of your hands. They're also pretty big as well, so you can't exactly grab one easily. There's not really much else to add. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so that's that done then. That's the whole thing done. Shading, lighting, and everything. It's not too different, but it's still just a little bit of touch-up that makes it look a little bit nicer. Yeah. Alright, so I'll just change my music a bit because it's like a bit too much for what I'm doing now. I guess this doesn't really help either to switch to this one, but I'll just pause it for now. So, yeah, there's the finished product. I'll just quickly hide myself. I'm moving, that's not me, hold on. I'm moving myself out of the way. You can see the finished product. I'll post it obviously, but here's the finished thing. Back I go. So, now for the actual thing that we're actually going to draw. Let me go grab some reference images for that. That's one. So what we're going to do is, I've got two characters who are similar to Maguma himself. You've seen one of them in my Pokemon stream thumbnails that I use. The other one who has like the hat and like the long robes and everything. Let me actually grab the thing. You've probably also seen it like from when I've like grabbed references for colors and whatnot, which is what I'm going to be using again. But this time I'm going to actually draw. I'm going to be actually drawing her. Here it is, the character sheet. Oh man, I'll just save this again just to be sure. Okay, and then I can close it. Cool. Yes, yeah. This is like a very old character. The first ever drawing I did of her was back in like 2018, and look, she looked very, very different. I think originally I was gonna make her, obviously for D&D, that hasn't changed, but she was gonna be like a sort of a fairy from like the Feywilds, who would sort of like assist the party in the campaign, but that has changed a lot since then. Now she's just a half-elf. just not Fey in any sort of way, shape, or form. You can see my funny font. It is still difficult to read. And I didn't even do it properly in one spot. I'm not gonna worry about that. At one point, I'm just gonna go through the entire alphabet and actually make a more coherent version of the font you can actually read. So, man. Until then, we gotta deal with what we've got. Yes, she's basically the original, the first one, and then Meguma actually came second afterwards. So, yeah. And then the other character we're going to draw along with that is, let me just grab the thing now, is technically a fake version of Mugamo. Because, for obvious reason, you can tell that it's fake. One, the ears are different. They're not long and pointed and wide, they're just slightly pointed and upright, or upwards. Her hair doesn't have the lines in it. The most obvious thing is obviously the eyes. And also the outfit is like completely different as well. And another thing, like a more noticeable thing that if you were to put them side by side, is Megamo is, as it says here, 4'8". This fake one, is 5'6", so I think I actually have a thing here that shows the actual height difference that I got last night, just so I can figure that out, because I've always been like, oh yeah, I know one's taller than the other, but I don't know how much taller. This is the height difference. So on the left you have this one, and on the right you have this one. This is without the horns on the hat and whatnot. So, and the reason why I've chosen these two characters to draw, because I'm going to redraw this main. I was thinking of doing the one where it has a third one and then put Meguma in there, but like, it makes more sense to just have these two, because they're quite literally, this is the fake version of this one. Like, name and all. So, yeah. I've drawn this one a few times, the fake one. But not much. I think I've only drawn them like a grand total like 4 times? 5 times. I've drawn them 5 times. That's about it. And I think out of all those 5 times, only this original one and another one was actually decent. Let me just one, yeah. Okay. Actually, I should probably show this one because it actually has reference to it. I'll show this one first, whatever. Yeah, this is the other one that was actually decent. Because unlike Mugamo, how you basically just can never see her hands at all, or even her arms underneath her sleeves, for the fake one, you actually can. And she has these weird arm things that she actually just attached onto herself. Because the whole reason this one even exists is simply because me and my friend played the Calamity mod for Terraria, and this is what I made. So this is technically a Terraria character. A Calamity mod OC, if you will. Do not steal. But yeah. But the design is nice to draw. Like, it's fun to draw. All the little details and stuff. And it's not too difficult to draw either, which makes it a little better. and like the sort of thing that goes down the front, like the sort of what do you call it? It's, what's the word for it? It's not a scarf, but sort of front piece here. It's got like multiple. It's got a few layers, and the neck bit's like all scrunched up a bit. And then there's like the necklace as well. And then trying to figure out how to get the horns to work. But yeah. It's a very fun character to draw. Sucks that I haven't drawn her more. But we're changing that today. So I'm gonna keep all these other things open just so I can get an idea of things. Yeah. I'm just gonna redraw this with these two characters because it's funny. I'm just trying to figure out which one I'm gonna put where. I think I'm gonna put this one here and then have it like pointing downwards. I'm gonna put this one on the right side. Just because I've, like, aside from here, I haven't really drawn her on many different angles before. Granted, I haven't really done that for this character either, but still. It's easier because, yeah, this character doesn't technically, I've never actually drawn from behind, so I wouldn't even know what it looks like. Whereas this one, here it is. So, yeah. Alright, enough flicking through things. Let me actually set up my folders and whatnot for layers and stuff. There's gonna be quite a few because I gotta make a folder for each character. I have to make a sketch folder because I might need to actually like position a thing so I know what it looks like if it was pointing downwards and whatnot. Just give me a moment. I'll just do that. Let me also hide that so I can add backgrounds and stuff. I need to also reopen where is it? This thing again, just so I can get the background colors. Specifically this blue color. Okay, don't need that anymore. There we go. White. And then we also get black. Because I also need to, just a moment here, I might need to go for a conference meeting. I'll attend a conference in a moment here. So I'll just try and quickly set up these lines real quick. That's a bit too light. It's also still too light. Ah, you know what the problem is? I'm drawing on the wrong layer. There we go. Now I can actually see. Still make it a bit darker. And also increase the brush size to like 10. So it's easy. There we go. So mainly what I want to do is, if I can, you know, get a good zoom on this, which I can't, sort of like, I'm just going to draw stick figures for this, just so I can get an idea. Sort of like again. There we go. Good enough. that's just like a single direction. Don't really need to worry about the feet because they're covered. The ones are nubs. And then this one, what we'll need to do for this one at least is we'll do that sort of, and then sort of like do kind of like this, I suppose. Then bring it down like that, maybe a bit closer as well, and shrink it. It's not going to be exactly. Actually, I think I need to shrink it a bit more because, you know, she quite literally only goes up to her shoulder in height. So, there you go, that works. It looks a little wonky, but especially with the legs, if you like line it back up, it's okay. I've just drawn the spine wrong. I might just quickly redo that. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Alright. That's the general idea. Save that. Now I am going to quickly attend a conference, quote unquote. So I will be right back, maybe 5 minutes. So, yeah. Hello. I'm back now. Conference is complete. We're all good again. Alright, so, back to what we were doing. Another thing I remembered, another difference between these two, the horns. This one always has a broken horn, and this one has both horns. Same goes for Maguma. He only has one actual horn on his helmet. This one has two. That's why this one is fake, because it has both horns instead of just the one. Yeah. So, I'll also just like bring that back up to full, and then bring all of them down to 50%. Cool. I think we'll start with the fake Mugamu first, just because that one's more fun to draw. Turn my brush size down. That's 5. There we go. Now I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this, because obviously the art style here is very different, so... And also the head shape is a little bit more defined. Kind of. Same here. I'm probably gonna redraw Mugamu at some point, because this artwork, while yes it is good, oh excuse me, it's not quite defined. Or like it's not. Well, it's old. The artwork is old compared to the style that I use now. You probably could use a slight update, especially while I'm going ahead to redraw Maguma, giving him a slight redesign. Because when did I make this? It doesn't say, hold on. 2021, so it's not too old. It's not too old, but yeah. It could definitely use an update. Ah yes, I have found. Hold on, I just want to show this picture off again, just because it is funny. I now have 2 of them. It's great. There's nothing else about this picture I want to show off other than just the picture. Yes, that is all. Anyway, back to this. Right. So, gotta draw this character again. Start with the head, I think. I know there was a specific way you're supposed to start when drawing things, like drawing people. I don't follow that ever. As you've probably already noticed through some of my art streams, sometimes I'll start with the head, sometimes I'll start with the body. There's no rhyme or reason to where I start or why. So. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah. I think we'll just start with the head on this one. So let me just check the eye shape. Okay, yeah, the eye shape's very rectangular. As opposed to here where it's more rounded. This is just for the sort of smug energy, I suppose you could call it. My players in my main D&D campaign were gonna fight the fake Mugamu at one point, but I was kind of forcing it in, like shoehorning in the battle. So at the start of the next session, because the session ended, it's like, oh, you're gonna fight this one next time. Then I decided, I was like, nah, it's too soon. And they're not really ready. They're supposed to be like an extra level higher before they fight it, so maybe one day they'll actually fight it again. And actually fight it this time. We'll see how we go. Because it's supposed to be a very rare encounter anyway. very pointed, kind of like what I had for Maguma, but like a little bit more defined and not just like down to like a knife point. I actually like also. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna help, but. Nope, I'm kind of doing what I've got here with like the weird. I'm not good at drawing heads. That's one weakness I definitely have when it comes to character design. I can't draw heads properly. At least I'm. You know, I just can't draw heads properly, actually. I was gonna say, oh, I can't really draw them on an angle. No, I just can't draw them at all. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real. I am not great at that. I thought my thing was mucking up. No, I'm just bad. Is it like... No. I thought it was lagging a bit. I can't... I'm like trying to draw like this sort of curved bit here, but like it just doesn't look right when I do it. I don't think I'm... So I'm clearly not doing it right. But I don't know how to do it right, that's the problem. I know I'm doing it wrong, but like, how do I do it right? I guess like that, kind of? I think. Also, I'm drawing the head way too small. I'm not going to be able to draw any details on this, but it's fine. It's meant to be low quality anyway. It's just meme art. I probably could draw it a bit bigger though. I'll make another layer just so I can use this one as reference for shaping. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Nothing is sitting in my stomach very well today. It's a bit better. It's definitely bigger. Let me just put it here. I'm not the greatest with head designs, as I've mentioned literally just like not even 5 minutes ago. Though one thing I have noticed is that this bit here, let me just sort of fix this up again here. Looks like it might be a little too much. Maybe? Yeah. I can't even do it at all. I definitely need this as like a guide. gives me a little bit more room to draw, and also it doesn't look outlandishly small. One day I'll get better at drawing heads and just people in general. One day. Today's not that day. Okay. There's like this headband thing that sort of it's gonna be a pain to draw at this size. I think what I did originally was just do that. Some really weird loud noise outside, probably a plane or something flying over. Make sure that's actually connecting up properly. It's like a circlet of sorts that's around the head. That could be done a bit better. The line is a bit thin here. Well, I'm just too zoomed in, it's lagging. There we go. You have like these bits on the side which are a bit easier to tell here. They're kind of like little hemispheres that sort of latch onto the sides of the head, I suppose. They don't really define any specific part. And at this angle, we only need to draw one. So the other one will just be, I guess you could kind of see it. Maybe we won't have to draw it too big is all that matters. So, I don't know, it just looked like it lagged. Looks like it's very slightly lagging a bit. That annoys me, but I think we can manage. Maybe because I have so many different things open right now, so might just close some of them. I don't think it's going to really change much. No, not really. Oh well. That's that done. A bit done. Just change the music real quick. That'll do. Right. Okay, the hair. I also have to remember that this is pointing the other way around. I don't think it matters too much, aside from the fringe. A lot of her design is very symmetrical, as opposed to, well, aside from her fringe and hair, as opposed to Megamo, who is a very asymmetrical design, at least with the head. One horn, one eye is blind, the whole shebang. Let me actually draw up the ear first. I think here was just an art style choice because I was drawing another meme. She also has no eyebrows, so that's another thing. It's just unique to her character, just no eyebrows whatsoever. I think that was because I forgot about it and then just decided, yeah, you know what, we're just gonna keep that. Okay, up the size again. Just like adjust it a little bit. Well, we adjusted it so much that it went right back to where it was. What an adjustment. Just bring it down just a smidge. Change the brush size just so we can add ear details. It's definitely like a little bit of lag during that, but am I doing that right? No, that's like separate. It's like a little bit like a line here. And then an actual line here with the line there. Anything on the actual ears? Little point a bit? No, there's not. It looks like they're supposed to be, but oh. Might actually. Ah, okay, that's why. I was like, it's something I'm saying. It's because the fringe covers that bit there. We will also just erase that bit there. Oh, excuse me. Drop the fringe now. Oh, enter. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, now we have to draw it this way because otherwise it's going to be backwards. It's supposed to be like that. So I have this single line. The fringe is also slightly different design. Hello. Yes, so I have been sent a message that I have already seen. Cool. I'll just quickly message back saying, yes, I've seen it, and already responded. Okay, cool. Probably getting a message back just saying they've seen my message. Cool. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna need to adjust the jawline depending on how the fringe goes. Because it's not too terribly long. I'm actually gonna also just hide the layer for the other one. I might even hide this. And, you know, I'll just hide the whole thing right for now, because we don't need it. So we need to draw this, which is not really long. It goes down to about like here. It's not too big either, it's quite thin. Just going to adjust this very slightly to actually go up. Otherwise, it just looks weird. It's probably going to look weird either way, but usually the jawline is hidden behind hair. You don't see that part of the jaw, whatever. Now we have to erase some of this that we've already drawn. Cool. My favorite part of drawing hair is erasing everything that it ends up covering, no matter how detailed or how much effort I put into that thing that I have to now erase. And sort of cut, one curves in, one curves the other way, but doubled. Let me push this down again. Just kind of like that. Get that shape this way. At this scale. It's not very easy. I don't want it to be too small, because like I think I have made it. Yep, I've made it too small. Cool. What I could probably do is select just this, because I've put it on the same layer, and sort of like do that, I suppose. It's a bit better. Probably, you know, make a separate layer, so if I need to move this one, I can do it fairly easily. This one could probably move a bit more this way. Otherwise it just looks weirdly centered. More centered than it should be. And this one just curves down like that. Let me just hide this real quick so I can... Ooh. Yeah. Just erase that. I'll just erase that extra little bit there. Cool. Right, so that's the fringe done. Now we can do the top of the hair. It also kind of goes over that bit a bit as well, so I'll just quickly that. I'll make it part of the hair layer, so I'll draw that afterwards actually. Sort of goes along with the fringe, kind of like most of the other ones do. But then it kind of goes, I guess, behind that. This kind of goes up and then points out a bit. I should probably do this so I can curve it up properly. I don't want it to go too far up or be too flat. I want it to be at that perfect angle, which I apparently just cannot get. Sometimes I get the angle, but then it's like not long enough, so I think that should do for now. That sort of pokes out a bit. Okay, so sort of, ooh. Does that a bit, like sort of curves down and flat again. It's a bit flatter than that actually. It's very laggy. I don't know why. How's it looking on here? Is there any... No, there's no noticeable things. Maybe I'm just crazy. Nothing's really spiking in terms of performance, so yeah, it might just be crazy. Ooh, actually no, that's this is too thin. I might have to bring it out a bit like this. Actually, what if I just draw the top bit first? And then, actually I can just like sort of do that. And then, I guess adjust it a bit how I need to. It looks... I've made her head too thin. Eek. That's not good. It does sort of... yeah, it sort of does something like that. Obviously not that long, but I don't care anymore. Drawing at this scale is not one of my favorite things to do. I did try making it the scale a bit bigger, but at the same time I didn't want it to be too big, because then it would be difficult to draw and I probably wouldn't have enough space. But clearly I've got plenty of space. I'm just crazy. I also can't say that word anymore without that godforsaken copy pasta just popping up in my head. Oops, that's not the eraser. I thought I had that out. It's not. Oh. That'd be it. Let's all that together. Just fix that just a smidge. That looks too flat. That'll do. Then what we'll do here is that there's little extra lines of hair that like sort of peeking over the band of the circlet. This one's sort of smaller and more vertical, whereas this one is a bit bigger, a bit wider, I should say. More diagonal. And also a little bit further over to the right. That's... it's like between, oops, between these two, so it's like over here. Circlet. Erase the lines here. There we go. Ooh, the head looks like it's being crushed. That's not good. Might do a little thing here, if I can actually select it properly. Move this bit of the fringe over just a smidge. So yes, I will need to redraw some of the ear, however, and also erase some of it as well. I think it's just because of how I've done the jawline. It looks like the head is being squeezed. I thought I changed the size of the eraser, but not the pen. My bad. I could also have just made the circle a little too not wide enough. That is also a very likely possibility. Yeah, if I just brought this out a bit more, it might actually look a bit nicer. So I'll try to do that. Get rid of this. Fringe, so I can make sure I get rid of everything. A little bit of ear there. Sort of cap it off there. Also hide the hair. And then that, just make sure it's not going too far over. There we go, it doesn't look too terribly bad now. It's not great, but it looks better than what it was before. So, nice. Cool. Alright. Oh, excuse me. Alright, we gotta get this over here. Oh yeah. Cool. Right. There's a little bit here that I missed. It's a very tiny, tiny bit though. Oh yeah. Now we gotta draw the other side, or the one on the other side, which is very easy to do. Really just do that. Make sure it's not bigger than the one on the other side. Probably draw the facial expressions last, because otherwise it's gonna creep me out the entire time. Now I can draw the horns. There's a specific way I did this. Like, yeah, it seemed like sort of it's coming out the center bit, like the top of the hemisphere. So it kind of looks kind of. I think on this angle, not this scale, I'm not going to care too much. I'll just have it like kind of coming out like this. So as long as it connects properly, it doesn't look wacky like it's being right now. Can I like... That's not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was... I don't want to do like that. That's literally what I was doing before. So I'm trying to figure out what my brain wanted to do. Hold on. Ugh, it's even worse. Surprisingly, that did better. I think my brain wants it to be a bit more that. I don't understand what my brain wants to do here. I think that's what it wants to do, actually. Okay, I think I figured it out. My brain's like, I want to draw on this angle. Okay, but what is this angle? It's this angle. But what is this angle? It's this angle. And that kind of, I think I found the angle it wanted to draw on. Yeah. That'll do for now. That's one. I'm going to draw the other one, which I'm hoping will be a bit easier. Never mind. It's the curse of, like, drawing the second. You draw the first one, decent, but God forbid you try to draw the second one. So you try to draw the second one of something, it's never going to be anywhere close to being as good as the first. It's like, it's mainly present with drawing eyes. Yeah, that kind of works. The horns are supposed to be sort of, I guess I've kind of drawn them backwards, but I guess at this angle you wouldn't really be able to tell. And also my level of care for detail, like that, is not very high right now. So... cool. I was going to save, because I haven't saved in a little while. This was a pain to draw. Of course, we've got to draw the actual hair in the back, which is very messy. Oh, excuse me. Okay, now I'm going to draw the actual, the rest of the body. So, put all this into the head layer folder. Sort of, I guess that's just the pose she's in. Her shoulders are very pronounced and rounded. also gonna draw like the neck as well. I also need to make sure I don't draw her shoulders too broad, otherwise, you know, when she's got... her shoulders are pretty just, like, horizontal. It's very box-shaped. I'll draw this bit here for now, but I'm going to erase it later because I got to draw the fluffy, not fluffy, the sort of scrunched up neck piece around here, like the neck here. I'm still not quite sure what to call that. Whatever. I might actually just, you know, draw it without that other reference in the background because that's gonna mess me up a lot. So I might just adjust this a bit. Very long neck. This here I'm probably going to draw like freehand. Just, you know, one, because I can. Two, so I don't get too confused with the original artwork and get the proportions wrong as a result. So that's a mistake I tend to make quite a lot. Okay, I'll still look at it just to get an idea of like what I need to do next, but I wanted to do this as a little bit of a funny artwork, and instead I am beginning to stress over the difficulty of the piece, the complexity of it. Okay, I should probably do like that. I kind of want to have part of her hand sticking out. Obviously the sleeves won't be up to like the shoulders, like the elbows here. I do kind of want them to be like out enough that you can see these hands, at least the fingers at the very least. If that makes sense. I think I'll first off I'll do that. Just for the elbow. I'm still trying to figure out how elbows work. drawings. Yeah, it does not look right. You might just do that. Now the head looks way too big compared to the arms. Ugh, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. It makes me uncomfortable. In fact, the whole shoulders don't look big enough. But at the same time, I don't want them to be too big, otherwise it looks... the body shape looks too masculine, I guess? It looks too much like a guy, which is not what I'm going for. Oh, let me actually draw this on an angle that's easy to draw these kind of curves on. Let's try this again. See if we can make the arm a bit bigger, but also like not too much. I want it to be bigger, but I also don't want it to be like she looks like she's some kind of weightlifter. She's not. Oh, my ability to draw proportions today is like non-existent. Do that. How does that look? I can't tell if it's too big or too small now. What if I went to this one, did something like this, move this up just a smidge, and then did the same for this section here. The arm will look a bit nice, but go away, use app, I don't care. It just doesn't look right. Ugh. I don't know why it doesn't look right. But it just doesn't. I think I need to like draw the rest of the torso before I start on the arms. I think that's where my problem is lying right now. I don't have any like point of reference, so to speak. Okay. Now we're gonna have to draw something specific, but it's got to be done because it exists there. It's not crazy, so it's like not crazily proportioned. It's okay. It's got to be drawn, and I'm not the best at drawing these. Despite how many female characters I might have, I'm not the best at drawing these. Sorry. Forgive. There we go. There we go. The old Lara Croft way. The PS, whatever. PS1, PS2. Maybe even a GameCube or something. The SNES, whatever it was released on. I don't know. I never had it. This would also give an idea of like. It could also be that the neck is too long and that's kind of screwing with it. It's hard to tell. I don't want to. Obviously, I don't want to copy this because then the proportions are wrong. So all I can really guess to is like, so maybe bring this up a bit. Erase a little bit of extra that goes over like that. I don't know. I'm just making guesses here at this point. Anyway, let me figure out how to draw this section here. Without it being too much. So that, you know, Twitch doesn't get angry at me and it's like, oh, you're drawing this. Like, no, yes, but no. I'm not drawing it in the way you think I'm drawing it. What you see. Like, the head is basically the only bit of skin you can see. I mean, on here you can see the elbows, but like, on this one, it's not even going to be the case for the elbows. Because there's also the what's it called thing that goes to the top, which sort of makes it a bit easier to draw this because I don't have to draw as much of it. I suppose. Yeah, I still got to draw the basic shape at the very least. I think. I'm not good at drawing anatomy. I am quite terrible at it, in fact. If it's not something I created myself, like if it's not my own created anatomy, then I'm going to suck at it. Drawing the little worm dudes? No problem. A little bit of trouble here and there, but nothing too crazy. And drawing a person, if it was I had to draw a person or die, oh man. You're not getting the person drawn, I can tell you that much. For free, in fact. It just looks so strange. Now it just looks... I don't want to bring it down too far because then it looks wonky, and now it also looks a little too small. Poof, excuse me. Now my music has stopped. Cool. Oh, this was supposed to be an easy art to draw. Instead, it has decided to be difficult. I think it's all because I decided to draw it so small. I think the only way to remedy this is to just erase everything, make the scale of everything bigger. And go from there. Because there's plenty of space. There's so much space. And then I can just adjust them however I need to afterwards. If I need to make the canvas a bit bigger, then I can later. That's one problem I always seem to have when doing art. I never make the canvas the right size. So... okay. Okay, there we go. As much as it hurts to have to restart again after so long, it's necessary. Bigger. This one, not too much bigger, but bigger. We definitely need to bring this one down a bit though. Perhaps even make the where is it? Canvas a bit taller. Maybe not that much. Oh, hold on. I didn't put the blue on the right background. I put it on the white one instead. And then this one actually needs the white. Cool. Alright. Here we go, starting again. Because God forbid I actually am able to draw properly. Because the only art class I took was sort of a mandatory one, and it didn't really help me with anything. It didn't teach me any anatomy or anything. In fact, I don't think it taught me really anything. I don't remember anything from it. All of my art is very, whatchamacallit? Self-taught. So... yeah. And clearly, just little stick figures like this do not help. Yeah, they get the positioning a little bit right, but like at the end of the day, it's not gonna help. I'm gonna draw the jawline again. That could be a pain because the lines can be too thin or on the wrong angle. It's a bit better, but now this looks a little too... It went in a little too far, like the curved bit, concaved bit went in too far, if you want to call it that. Yeah, I'm going to change my stream title to, instead of just drawing more meme art, I'm going to say struggling to draw. I think that's a more fitting title for the stream. That has like 50 minutes left on it. I'm gonna draw the ear now. I would say we'll just speedrun back to where we were before, but that is not gonna happen at all. With my art skills, nah. It took me an hour just to draw the head of a character. Meanwhile, I have another art friend who can draw an entire commission in like 40 minutes. Color and all. I admire their ability, and honestly they're one of the reasons why I've started to draw a lot more, because I've just been inspired by their artwork. That's what I was doing wrong, okay. Yeah, I have an art friend who does like really good art and does it really quickly too. And I know it's not AI generated because I've seen them like on stream drawing it, so I know it's legit. Like they shared their screen on Discord during a call. It was crazy, but like it was fascinating. Okay, that's a bit better. It still looks a little wonky, but it's still in the early phases. This time I'm going to draw this circlet bit a lot longer. And probably bring it up a bit. So bring this out just a smidge. Hide that. Maybe erase this just a little bit. So we can do that. Erase that. I think the sketch here is just making it look wonkier than it actually is. Or I could just have been drawing it wonky the whole time. I wouldn't know. It's also one of my inability to draw just basic people is one of the reasons why, even though I have wanted to sort of try drawing something like a manga, because I've got a few ideas for stuff like that, my inability to draw just characters properly is pretty much the main reason I haven't actually started on that venture. Like, I've got the story stuff down, it's just the art part is the part that I'm passionate about, but still struggling with. Change my music again real quick. Yeah, we'll do this one. Actually, hold on. I skipped over one. There we go. A bit fitting. A bit more fitting, at least. Just adjust my sitting a bit again. Oh, no. Rid of this. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Oof. I'll add the other bit afterwards because it's like a single line that goes behind everything, so. Adjust the brush size for this here. fringe. Getting through it a bit quicker now, definitely, but first we also need to flip it back over, because I think we'll start from that side and work our way over. I think what we'll also do is we'll do this, putting that here like that. Not like that though, because that doesn't. That should be. Bigger than that one. There's that. Get rid of this. And then we'll have this bit, this here, we'll have it sort of going in the background. Like it should be. We almost got it right. Kind of like that. How much of that is going to even be visible? Not much. I can also do this funny little thing where I just like do something like that. Alright. I just need to stretch. Right, and then go to this one, which is very wonky with how it works. Yeah, I pretty much get it right first try. Love to see it. It's positioned pretty well too, which is nice. I think this bit might be a little bit too far back, but whatever. It's more thin along than wide, I should say. It's a rather thin bit of hair. No, too wide. Not curving properly. I think that'll do. I should probably move it just a smidge. It's also this section here. I don't know if you can see. You can, cool. This section here. That is a little bit of a problem. I'm like trying to figure out what to put there. I'll probably just make it red for the hair. I'll just say like, yep, the hair goes down there as well. Like here. So just, yep, cool, that's the whole fringe. I'm gonna erase these bits of the ear. Nope, outside the line immediately. Cool. Okay, that looks a lot better. That's another reason why I don't want the hair to be too, like, up. I don't want the angle to be too steep. So if it looks, because if the angle's too steep, it looks like the head's being squished. Yeah, why I am struggling there. I am still struggling. Why? Yeah. Will this help? Yeah, that actually works. That helps. A bit. Not quite. Hold on. We can fix this. That's a bit better. The head doesn't look as squished. That, then that. Not quite as steep. Sort of go just more down like that. Still a little bit much, but that much we can just trim off. And then we can just move it where we need to. And just a lot of songs on my playlist that are all D&D songs. So many of them that I want to use like soon. Some of them I can use soon, and some that like are just like it's gonna be a long way off before I get to use this song. But man, is it gonna go hard when I get to use it. It's the curse of being a DM. You get all these things set up, but you can't use them for ages. But man, is it going to pay off when you finally get to use it. This we're going to up the brush size. This one kind of just goes up to a point. This side is the one that curves in more. Damn, that was almost perfect. There we go. That's not too bad. That's pretty good, actually. I would give examples of songs that I want to use, but obviously then that would spoil the surprise for my players. So, excuse me, I will not. But I have some bangers lined up for when things get hectic. adjust the brush size again. Almost made that way too big. Instead of changing the number, I was about to add the number. Turn it into a double digit. This one a bit more difficult to do, so I'll like have it like, oh, that's an idea. So like have it like that. Not this song, please. I used to sleep to this song, so I don't want to fall asleep. This one will do. Some of the songs I choose to help me sleep are interesting. Some of them make sense, because like they sound pretty chill and whatnot. Other ones are just like, how the hell are you sleeping to this? And to that I say, I don't know. I really wish I could like explain it to you, but I cannot. It is just simply not possible for me to do so. You just have to trust that it works. The fact that I was able to get sleep at all should be evidence enough that it works. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. We gotta draw the other piece of the circlet and also the horn. The second horn. Oh, I need to bring this up just a smidge. Flip this around just so we can draw the horn a bit more easily. Also got to change the brush size. Uh-oh. It's doing the wonky thing again where it's just not doing it right. So no matter how much I stretch my hand out, like before I draw, angles like this, just my brain cannot do. That works though. Oh, actually no, never mind. That goes out way too much. I need it to be thinner. It's on the right track, but that'll do. Just looking at adjust it slightly so it's actually in line with stuff. To just move up just a smidge. There we go. There we go. That's better. Of course, I'll draw the rest of the hair and other details later. There we go. Maybe, well, you know, we actually kind of did speedrun that to get back to where we were. But now, of course, we have to do the difficult part of actually drawing the rest. Oh boy, I love thinking about drawing art. Oh god, I hate doing art. It's basically what it's like. You have more fun thinking about things you want to draw. But when you actually have to draw it, oh boy. It's not fun. It's a struggle. Oh no. I'm having the same problem again. Even though I've, you know, fixed the scale and everything. I'm having the same problem as before. It's just doesn't look right. Maybe it's how I've drawn the neck leading down here and then the shoulder behind it. Maybe that's it. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know. Maybe it's another thing, and I'm just... That one's... should be going down a bit. It shouldn't be turning so much. I think it shouldn't really be turning at all. It should be like... It's like... I'll just leave it. I definitely need to practice drawing sketches and stuff so I can actually do something better than this. I feel like I've drawn this bit a little too... Definitely can't do that because then, oh boy. That's a thick neck. That doesn't exist here. I think it should only be to like there, honestly. I mean, if I probably drew up like this neck bit here, it might actually, you know, give me a better idea of where to go. So I might try doing that, see what happens. It's being very confusing now. Oh boy, I'm confusing myself. Because that's like the scrunched bit. We hide that. What's that? Get rid of that bit there too. It kind of works. I also need to draw like this other bit here. It also seems like it. I feel like if I draw these bits, like the bits that go up, it'll give me a good idea of where to put things. I think what I need to do here, I think I've just realized, is I need to just do that. It may not make a lot of sense, like anatomically, it might not make total sense. However, it works. And then I can like do that. Carefully erase that. Do the same sort of thing here. Just can be a little easier, but just do that. There we go. I need to go off. I guess off, not really off model, but like I need to stop being so restrictive of how I draw stuff, because it's actively hindering my ability to draw. It's like up that way. That way. And then sort of comes down. If anyone can tell me like what this specific part is called, like this part of the outfit is called, I'd be very grateful. I can't really offer much, but I will thank you very much. Very kindly, in fact. Is it like, it still kind of goes up like that, just like not as much. Okay, but like how does it look? Okay, you don't see the other side. That's about as much detail as I can give myself. So it still like comes down like this. I think. Right? No. Sort of like that. Probably could make it a bit more like flat and longer. There you go, it's looking a bit better now. Of course, we also had to draw the necklace here, but I'll get around to that afterwards. for now, to basically draw this going all the way down to roughly where the waist is, roughly. Should we also combine these layers together? Oh. I'm just gonna call it the chest piece for now. Okay, so that's how that would go on this side. The other side, it sort of goes down. Okay, I think what I've got to do this side first, otherwise the other side looks like it's puffed out too much. Hands starting to get sore, I'm trying to draw this over and over again. There we go, that should do it for now. Okay, that should do for now. It's not as good as we're gonna get. I think. Today probably isn't an art day, but like, I was pretty keen to draw this, so that's a good first step. Being keen to draw something is a good first step to actually drawing it. Save. Just, you know, because it's been a little bit. Change the music. It's a good song, but brain wants to listen to something else. Okay, next, I guess we draw the necklace. Maybe, yes. We'll draw that next. Actually, hold on, there was a little bit, I guess, okay. Just trying to figure out how this functions, like how it works. Visualizing how it would actually sit. Now, one thing I do remember about this is you have to actually draw the crystal bit first, and then you draw, like, the neck bit, the bit that hangs around. This one's... there's a certain way that you draw this. It involves not using my pen. See how straight it is? Yeah, that's not drawn by hand. That is drawn with the power of the line tool. There's nothing wrong with using the line tool to, like, draw, like, specifically straight lines. Of course, these lines here, I will draw. Actually, just make a new layer just in case. Just the extra sort of depth lines, if you want to call them that. These lines. Main thing is that these bits here sort of go into here and just end. But the other ones, they start near the tip of the crystal. Do that. Swap the song because I forgot why I stopped listening to this one. Then it got to the part where it's like, ah, yes, of course, that's why I stopped. After a certain point, it does not sound nice. Because it's like very out of sync. It's like a cover of a song, but like it gets very out of sync very quickly, like for the rest of the song. It's not nice to listen to. The rest of it's fine, it's just that one bit at the end. Okay, that's all together. Perfect. There we go, that looks nice. I'm just so glad I'm not gonna have to draw all the little lines in the hair because they don't exist on this model, or on this character. There's hairlines that are present in all the other Mugamas. Because there's more than just Mugama Maguma. It's just those are the only ones I've really drawn. There was another one I drew, but I really don't like it. It was on a bad day that I drew that. It was more to just get the idea down, or the design down, so I could draw it better later. But good lord, is it ugly as all hell. If I ever show off that character, it'll not be the original art piece, it'll be a redone one in the way that I wanted it to be. Because it was supposed to like be drawn in a specific art style that I just could not like replicate in any way, shape or form. It just bleh. So yeah. Anyway, now that we've done that, I suppose we probably could, I'm gonna need to rename to that neck. Now I'm also listening to some music that is incredibly nostalgic, like years and years ago was the last time I properly, well, that was the first time I actually heard the song. It was this is just a cover of said song, so I was looking for some music for D&D. And oh boy. Wonderful, beautiful even. Unfortunately, it's quite short, and this cover doesn't have an extended version. It makes me sad. I listened to this song once today, and it's already in the playlist. Cool! understand the YouTube like my mix playlist like at all. It took me listening to like the Chainsaw Man opening like almost 100 times just for it to show up in the My Mix playlist. But I listened to one song once, some other random song, like, oh, this might sound cool, and here it is. Okay, I think I might need to refresh it because it's just showing songs I don't want to listen to anymore. Yeah, that'll do. I've only got like 9 minutes left on stream anyway, so I'll try drawing for a little bit more until this song ends, and then I'll probably call it, because I'm not going to get much further than this, really. I'll draw the shoulders, at the very least. At least I'll try to draw the shoulders. Emphasis on try. As much as I would like to like share the music that I listen to, DMCA is the thing. I don't want to mess with it. You can't really see, so I'll just like do that. I suppose just something simple like that. I'll try to draw this yeah, just the basics of it, just so I can at least get it done in a way. It's a bit better. Oh, let's just click on this. Sneeze. Somebody has sneezed. We're all going to die. Like that. Okay. Jeez. I think I need, okay, right, I can sort of see what I need to do here with the forearm. Let's make it longer. For starters. Sort of, I guess, chop off a bit here, just so it doesn't look like it's pointing upwards. And they're sneezing again. This might be my last stream. I'm going to die. Right, just open Oh, there they go again. My song ended, I've just realised. And another one has started. And it's been going for a little bit already. So, leave it at this. Yeah, it's a bit better. I'd say that's good enough. I'll save this as is. I might even just, you know, save this picture and just make this the thumbnail. Or at least do this so it looks like I'm actually doing something. I've actually done something. But nice. Ooh, it's been like the first 20 to 30 minutes. Well, I guess we spent like the first, I think it was the first 15 minutes we were talking. 5 minutes at the start, 10 minutes talking, another 10 or 20 minutes doing the shading and lighting on another one. And then for the rest of the stream, we drew a thing, restarted, and somehow got further afterwards in much faster time. So, oh, excuse me, that's not too bad. Pause the music, for it is now time for us to go back to here. So yeah, I'll maybe work on that one next week, might work on it in my off time, who knows, we'll see how I go. Yeah, hopefully my camera will be working next time too. See how we go. I still really need to look into getting a new one. But yeah, Whew. I thought that was gonna, you know, not take too long because it's just meme art, but who would have guessed that it would take a very long time still? In fact, I'm not even halfway through it, so yikes. Oh, there's something on my screen. Hold on. Okay, got it. Cool. No, there's another thing. Oh, I could probably get it off later because it's kind of stuck on there. I need something to properly get it off. But anyway, yeah, I'll do something with that next time. Maybe I'll draw something else. Who knows? I'm still sort of figuring out things because a lot of my artwork that I do is like new art and not really just, you know, fun art to do, drawing characters over and over again like I really should be. I've kind of been doing that with Maguma, but not really with other characters, which I want to change, so we'll see how that goes. But at the same time, I also don't want to just, like, you know, trace meme art. Kind of want to actually put some of my own effort into it, so it's a bit more original. But, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I guess we go for time for the schedule, because I haven't really got much else to talk about. I'd also, if they're still, looks like they still are, might do a funny little raid again. So, stick around for that. We'll go raid one of my friends, who is currently streaming. So yeah. Right. Schedule. So, Saturday, next stream. Half-Life 2 Episode 2. We're probably going to finish it. Yeah. Because we're pretty close to the end now. Sunday will be the Pokemon White Nuzlocke on the other site. We've gotten our second gym badge. We might be going for the third one now. Oh boy, it's quite difficult, but I think we do have a Pokemon who will be able to basically solo the whole thing, assuming nothing goes wrong. But things could easily go wrong, so we've got to be careful. Tuesday is when we will be starting Bioshock be a first one. Because like I said at the start, I've never finished the game because it kept crashing at the very end, so that'll be fun. And then Thursday, we'll probably be drawing again, maybe. Who knows, we'll see. If not, we'll probably do Vampire Survivors again, because that's always fun. But yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, thank you very much to everyone who's popped in to watch. And you've watched this art that's been uploaded, thank you very much, and I apologize for the art skill that you've seen today. Hope everyone has a very good day, morning, or night, or whatever time it is for you. And I will see everyone Saturday. Now, let me figure out how to do the raid stuff again. I do believe... Oh, thank you, Streamlabs, for showing me my chat rules. Thank you. Can't do it in Streamlabs for some reason. Let me try doing it. Here we go. I can do it on like a Twitch thing. Let me see if I can spell this right. Okay, so it is basically what it says there. Let me just... Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, it's not typing. Hold on. It's a very interesting name to spell. Did I spell that right? Hold on, give me a moment while I do this. It's the most complex name possible. And my vision is getting worse every day, so... Okay, I think that worked. I think that's right. If it's not, then yikes. But anyway. Yeah, okay, that's... There we go. Let me... Oh, hang on, does that work? It does, hooray! Cool. Alright. Cool. Alright. In that case, yeah. That's it. Adios. I will see everyone Saturday. Bye-bye.